You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality. Thanks for joining us again with Coffee and VR. Glad to have you guys back. Fun week for me, man. I don't know. We've been playing a lot of. I know. We actually. And I know sometimes we say that, and I feel like every time it's a little different stuff. But
yeah,
man, more leaks this week. Big games coming out. Games that have come out. Maybe you're killing headsets. We have all kinds of stuff to talk about today. So
many things to talk about. So many
I
things.
know. And definitely, yeah, I see everybody in chat. Let us know what you guys think. We're trying to mix up a little bit of intro stuff. We're playing with it still. It's not a finished
We were
product.
doing that. We started that like 30 minutes before we were supposed to go to live. We're like, oh, this is taking too long. Let's just knock it out. So we're going to work on it a little bit more. We're going to try to make it look a little bit better than our old intro. And people kind of got bored with that if it took us a minute or so to get started. So we're going to try to mix it up. But before we get into too much of what we did this week, let's just start out with some Flight Simulator, because I know how excited you are for that game, and I know,
dude, I'm pumped, man.
Yeah, and now we actually know when it's going to be coming out with VR support and a little bit more about headsets that it's going to work
I'm just
with.
excited for real native VR support now in a flight simulator and I know we've had, the add-ons and stuff for X-Plane and everything, but it was still a little clunky, with the menus and pointing your pointer at it, and maybe they'll go that route. I don't know, but I'm really hoping for the best, because I'm sure they've obviously researched X-Plane and see how it plays and stuff, so they know what's going on. But I'm super pumped, man. I love it. I really do.
Rizzle Rock.
Cheers,
Rizzle Rock.
Rizzle,
Thank
man.
you. Liking the
Good
new
to see
intro,
you, man.
so that's cool. He said new intro on
Nice.
point. Appreciate that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That is awesome. So one thing that I noticed about this is that I'm not the biggest flight sim guy ever. You're much more the sim racer, the flight sim guy and all that. But this, to me, what looks so amazing about a lot of these trailers, and there's a couple of them now, I think, is the environment. Like, if I can fly over these absolutely gorgeous, because a lot of times you're just flying and there's no point to it, almost, to me, because in VR, even in a real plane, when you're really high up in the air, it doesn't feel like you're going that fast, so you don't really get the speed feeling. But if you can fly over these environments and just take in the scenery, that to me is what excites me about this game, I think, the most.
So I know it's going to be amazing, only because every time one of these comes out, they're always pushing the boundaries of flight simulators. It's just beautiful looking. And, I'm trying to think about that before the show. Like, when the first one was released, I want to say it was like maybe 98.
Yeah,
was it 80s?
I don't know. I saw an image or something earlier this morning when I was working on stuff that showed
96,
first flight simulator, first Microsoft Flight Simulator to 2020. And it was like just an image of the first one. And I was like, holy crap, I didn't even know that they had been making them for that long. I had no idea.
Yep. So I know it's going to be epic, and it will look like this. And you're right. It won't be those flat images spread on the ground. You're going to see the depth. You're going to see the lighting. Hopefully they get some good rain textures in there and stuff, because that's just Xbox incredible.
Trailer, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But to me, like, what I want to do is I just want to fly low to the ground. I want to fly as low as I can, hug the mountaintop, the peaks, you know what I mean? Fly over the water like that.
You want to buzz the towers, what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to go explore. I want to almost use this as an exploration, like, open world type game, if that's what this is. I don't know that I've ever played a Microsoft Flight Simulator, to be honest. I don't think that I have. So this will probably be my first one, but I mean, it just looks so good. And I saw a comment on, I don't know if it was one of the trailers I was looking at or something, but somebody made a comment that the game isn't going to need to make airplane sounds at all, because their computer is going to be about to burst the whole time. So they were saying the fans in their computer are going to be working so hard that that'll be the engine noise that they'll hear. So, but
I know.
Yeah. So, and what came out this week that had a lot of people stirred up a little bit was that they announced, for the most part, what everybody thought, at least right away, is that this was going to be exclusive to the Reverb G2. And that is sort of what they said. And some websites basically confirmed it. Other websites made it sound that way. I was under the impression after everybody was talking and all the stuff came out that it was for sure locked to Reverb G2, and now I guess they're saying it's locked to Windows Mixed Reality, not just Reverb G2, but it is going to be exclusive to Windows Mixed Reality for a time period. I don't know what that time period is exactly. But
when everyone was first started talking about this, my first thought is, how could you, and have we ever seen a headset locked to one game? Because they're using the platform, so whether it be WMR or Steam or Oculus, yes, you can make it exclusive to Oculus or only Steam, but to limit it to one headset, I don't think we've actually ever seen that, have we?
Yeah, I don't not.
I don't know how you could.
We've seen Oculus headsets locked to Oculus software. We've seen
different,
PlayStation VR locked. Games for PlayStation VR locked to the PlayStation platform. But
I'm not arguing.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I mean, is this going to be when this launches? Is this going to launch on Steam, or is this going to launch on the Windows Mixed Reality, their WMR platform?
Yeah, they may put it as an exclusive for that at first, but it's going to go out to the masses. Their games always have. I mean, they're always huge.
It's going to be on everything eventually. But I was confused when they first said that, because I was like, well, when the Reverb G2 comes out, how are they going to lock it to just that Windows Mixed Reality headset? So I think I even said something to Fluke in the Discord, and we were talking about what about Reverb G1? So if you plug in a G1, it wouldn't load for that. And so I guess that's not going to be the case, though. And somebody said access granted, which she actually just joined our Discord, and her first VR headset is going to be a Reverb G2. Yep. She's never tried VR before. She's got that in order. And she said something about that. I don't know where she said it at, but something about that people will be modding the INI files and stuff. So people will probably somehow find a workaround to use it with other headsets pretty early on anyways. But
yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, and probably I'm not too worried because I am getting a G2. So
yeah, I know,
I'm probably not, it doesn't bother me, but I understand, if you only have an index, I mean, it would be amazing on an index. Right. So you would want to, I mean, I get it if they do a little window of it or something.
I'm okay with limited exclusives as long as it's not years and years and years. If it's a month or two, then whatever. Right. I mean, I know some companies can kind of use that to sell more. I mean, I don't know. Some people think it's super shady. Sometimes it is. I think it kind of stinks for some people, but
at the same time, don't you want those initial experiences that go out there to the world to be on this amazing high fidelity headset with great visuals that makes the game look incredible? If you throw it on a Quest with Link, is it going to look that great? You know what I mean? You're not going to get the benefits of this amazing looking game on a low res headset. So I understand
it's still going to look sweet, but I mean, some people are saying that it is already available for pre-order on Steam and all that stuff. So is that the VR version though that's available for pre-order on Steam? I haven't looked on Steam yet, so I don't know. I would imagine it would come out on Steam and somehow that would just work with the Windows Mixed Reality, but I'm not sure how all of that's going to work, to be honest. We'll just have to wait and see. But I mean, that's going to be this fall. I mean, that's, what is it, September the G2 is supposed to start shipping, I think, somewhere. I don't know if there's a locked-in date yet. But
supposedly, not a date, but supposedly it's September.
I'm really excited for the G2, though. I really am. The more stuff I see, I just can't. I love the index audio. It's going to have that. I can't wait to see that 4K resolution. Can we call this the Reverb G2 8K? Can we just do that what Pimax
that's not
does?
Pimax. No.
But it's not 8K? It's you can't take 4K plus the 4K and make 8K?
That's not how it works. You multiply the 4 by 4. Okay, so it becomes a 16.
Big numbers. That's awesome. That's incredible. That's
amazing. It really is.
But yeah, I'm super pumped about this. I know a lot of people, I think last minute ended up pre-ordering. I think Fluke Rogi pre-ordered one. A couple different people on our Discord said they just went ahead and pre-ordered one. I think, I mean, we had Sebastian on last week from MRTV, and if you missed that episode, it was a fantastic episode. Everybody really, really seemed to enjoy having him on. I know we really did, but he's been one of the only people really to use the G2, at least pre-production model.
Basically.
So he, I mean, even just talking to him off the show and stuff, I mean, he's for real. I'm telling you, you need to get this thing. You're going to be impressed. So I'm super excited for it. And now an even better reason, because you get to play this right off the bat.
Right. Sure.
So does this have
and some people aren't into
I don't know. See,
don't know if it will or not.
Man, I hope so.
Good question. I do too. It's not going to be a deal breaker for me if it doesn't. Not on this. I mean, this is just.
I'll just probably use it more if it is multiplayer, because then we can fly around together and I can crash into the side of you and blow you up.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, great.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna do.
That is what you'll do. You'll wait till I'm going to take off and come in at 300 mile an hour and just T-bone me on a runway.
Sure. No doubt about it.
But it seems like everybody's pretty excited in chat. Yeah. For this, which is awesome, because I feel like flight sims in VR are for only the diehards. But I think this just checks all the boxes for everybody, at least in my opinion.
I agree, because I'm not a diehard. Like, X-Plane
Right.
is too hard for me, to be honest with you.
Yep.
But
Yep. It's good to see everybody in chat. We do apologize for being late. I'm glad everyone's still here though. It's awesome to see everybody.
Yeah, for sure. People were asking about specs, VR for the PC specs. I don't know what that is.
I think well, it's probably going to coincide with the specs for the G2.
Yeah, that's what I would think, and that's like
Would
a
be my
1080, I
guess.
believe. So I think this is just for regular, though. I don't think this is for VR.
Right,
they're saying
probably.
an Intel i5 8400 or Ryzen 5, 16 gigs of RAM, Radeon 590 or GTX 970. So there's no way that's VR. There's no way that's VR specs for a GTX 970. But
Yeah,
I don't
true.
see what the specs are for the VR. If somebody finds that, go ahead and throw it in chat. But I have to imagine just looking at these trailers, you're going to have a pretty stout PC. There's no doubt about that. I mean, this isn't going to run on a potato.
No. Nor will you want it to. You won't get the benefits out of it either. So what's going on, Kid Collector? Alex VR says he's not stoked about
I listened to them yesterday.
That's
on their
surprising,
show,
man.
But
I know.
he's kind of like me. He's not the big, huge flight simulator guy either. But this isn't
I'm
going to
telling
be.
you,
This isn't like a hardcore simulator. So to
No.
me, I'm a little more excited. And the environments, like I said, the environments is what.
Kind of is.
Is it? I don't know. I haven't played it.
Yeah,
I just heard
it's just. I feel this is one of those games when you get in it, you're just going to be awestruck.
Yeah.
If the visuals coincide with what we're seeing and they can reproduce that in VR and
But
work
am I
great,
going to be able to get the plane off the ground? That's my question. I don't care how good this game looks if I can't figure out how to get the plane in the air. You know what I mean? That's what happens in X-Plane.
Everybody's safer if you don't get the plane off the ground.
I'll just like drive it around on like a racetrack on the ground or something. Because I mean, X-Plane is hard. Like you can literally learn how to fly a plane in X-Plane.
But it's so satisfying. That's the point of it.
After you take 4 hours to finally figure out how to turn the engine on.
Okay, but
Then
it's
it's
like
a little bit of satisfying.
It's like comparing Onward though to like Pavlov or something. You know what I mean? Like Onward is a hardcore game where Pavlov is like arcade. So you're going to have those differences, but the rewards are great if you push through that and learn it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I just don't know that I just want to fly. I just want to go look around.
I know. I
don't know, but we'll see. I am excited for this. More so than I've probably been for any other flight simulator, just because I want to see how gorgeous it looks. I want to see the environments. I want to do that. I want to do flips and barrel rolls, 100 foot off the ground. Like, that's what I want to do. That looks cool. That looks awesome.
Hopefully they have stunt planes and stuff in it.
Yeah, that one looked like it. Looks like they have a ton of planes. Yeah, it looks like all kinds of stuff. So
I know. I hope so.
Yeah, it's legit. I'm super excited. I really
Me too.
am.
I know.
So.
But will that be the first thing you play on the G2? What's the first thing you're going to do on the G2, man?
Probably Half-Life Alyx, honestly.
Oh, really?
Probably Half-Life Alyx and Contractors. That's probably the two things I'm going to do.
For me, I think I want to go into the staples. Like the things that I know inside now.
I don't think they're going to sell G2.
There's not staples everywhere, man. Not everybody knows.
We got Staples in the U.S. I mean, they might sell the G2. I don't know. I don't know why you want to go into Staples, but whatever.
What you got in your coffee over there?
I've drinking 2 cups already, so I'm jacked.
What was I saying? See, this is what happened. I know everyone was laughing at me for our last video of Onward.
Oh, dude, you were on another level when we were playing Onward, because we actually played Onward on Quest after we fished with Paradise Decay that same day, and Real VR Fishing. We're gonna get into all that, but Tyler was straight jacked, and I was like, oh my goodness, like he gets that way sometimes when we're playing, but usually when we're playing shooter games, he's more serious. But this time it was fun though.
It was too much fun because it was like I hadn't played Onward in forever, so it was like going in and like relearning it and everything and experiencing it all. So it was so much fun. But if you guys haven't, make sure you check that video out. Super good. I mean, it was just a fun game.
Yeah, it was. Definitely check that out. So him for the win said, first thing I do in flight sims is try to fly over places I know after spending hours after figuring it. So is this actually going to have, is Flight Simulator going to actually have real locations? Like I could legitimately fly over my house or something? That would be insane. I don't think that, I mean, it's not Google Earth, right? If they redigitize
they might
Google
reference
Earth,
that. I'm not
I don't
sure.
know. That would be
might
insane.
Be,
that would be, dude, I'd be really excited then. Like fly over your childhood home, your school,
all the time. I do that.
Tony Digital.
Cheers, Tony.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to read his comment. He said, this is for the laugh I got watching Tyler play Onward on Quest. He thought people were busting shots at him when it was just Sean. Good laugh.
It's always Sean, man. It's always Sean.
Well, it was so funny because he made a comment on the video of something like that it was hilarious watching you be crazy. But thank you for that. That's awesome. A $10 super chat. That's really incredible.
So good. I know.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, but I'm all about games that can get real world references in and you can explore those. So that's cool.
Steven Sales says 37,000 airports. Yes, it uses Bing data. I knew it was something.
Holy
so it
crap,
is.
I didn't even know that. Dude, that makes me even more excited. That is so cool. Honestly, that is really cool.
That is, yeah.
I mean, even like if I could get an open world driving simulator that I could drive on all real roads with real places, like, man, that to me is really, really cool. But that would
know what? When we get big enough cloud computing and all that, it'll be there.
It'll probably happen.
Man.
But that's awesome. So anyways,
well, I do it now in X-Plane. I fly out of like our local airport and stuff and go over, and you can see the highways going and everything just like they would. I love doing it, man.
I don't recognize anything in X-Plane because I'm just driving around on the runway. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Then you get up and you can see the other airports. Like if you get high enough at night and see the lights.
I have gotten in the air on X-Plane. It just took me a while. But before I cut you off anyways, what are you going to do first thing in G2? I'm sorry. We got off track.
I don't know, man. I'll probably go to whatever I'm playing right then the most because I want to see if I can tell a difference or not.
Like, I thought you were going to the. So when you said you're going to the
I'm going to go into like probably contractors or something or something that I play all the time that I know, and I want to see if I put that headset on right after, does it look different? Does it feel like a different headset, or does it feel like it just got upgraded screens and narrower field of view going from an index? You know, I just want to know. But yes, I would love to experience things again in it in detail, especially stuff from the past that we played on like CV1. You know.
Oh man, yeah, for sure.
I know.
That's
Fallout
crazy.
4, I definitely want to go back if it can handle running that headset and Fallout 4. I might wait for that.
So considering the fact that we're both getting this Reverb G2, it's gonna take some power to run. We're both running 2080s. Are you thinking about upgrading anything? Like if when this RTX 3080 series card potentially comes out this year, gets announced, are you planning on going after that, or are you going to wait a while? And I'm curious what other people are doing too.
That. I am going to upgrade. I've been looking to upgrade my RAM. That's the only thing that I really...
gigs?
Yeah, 16. So I'll probably throw another 16 in. That's what I did on my last PC, and it's an amazing difference.
Honestly.
So, and it's cheap right now. RAM's pretty cheap.
Me and Tyler actually have the exact same PC, exact same specs. Both of our gaming PCs have been that way, the first gen and then this one.
And reason being, Sean's tech line is actually my phone number.
That's true.
So if he has an issue with his, he's like, dude,
it just direct calls Tyler.
I broke it.
And I'm like, and so it helps when he has the exact same PC. He knows what to tell me what to do. So
I know
that does work.
Good.
And Conrad Lawrence said, if your house appears on Bing Maps, it will probably be represented in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
That is amazing. That's super cool.
One word troll says gets a bit funky close to the ground sometimes. So I guess we'll have to try that out. It might be, I don't know. It's probably harder to render the images close to the ground because it's going to make it a lot clearer. But
Jason in chat said he just built a Ryzen, which is cool.
Oh, nice.
That's one thing I've never ventured into, and some people love it, and I totally get it. It's just not my cup of tea. I
have stock in AMD that I bought quite a while ago, and it's treated me very well. But I've never bought anything AMD, and I feel like I'm doing something, like I'm cheating on AMD because I buy their stock, but I don't buy their product. It's terrible.
Right.
It's terrible. But so. I was gonna read something else though, man. It moved away. I
know chat's going way too fast.
Somebody said something about where did it go? Somebody said something about they're gonna take a. Oh, so Vindaloo said I'm gonna crash a 747 into his house, into his own house. He's gonna crash a 747.
Honestly, that's the one time when I had to rip my headset. Actually, one of two times. One was Minecraft, and two was X-Plane. And a plane pitched. I had an engine quit, pitched over. I saw the shadows going over the houses, getting closer and closer, and right before it hit the ground, nope. Couldn't do it. Too real.
Crazy.
I was out, and that was it. But it's only 2 times I've ever had to rip a headset off.
Okay. All right. So can we get into the real fishing VR? Because
yes, we can.
What?
Nothing, man. I'm just mad.
It's like, why are you mad?
I'm mad because of the Whopper I didn't catch, man.
Oh yeah. If you didn't see our live stream, Tyler had this. He had this massive marlin on the hook, and he was fighting forever. And I even stopped fishing, and I was just focused on his boat, watching him. And all of a sudden, his whole boat and everything just disappeared. And I was like, oh no. I was like, his headset just died. Like he had the fish right at the back of the boat, and his headset just completely died and shut off. I called him immediately afterwards, and he's like, dude, I'm so upset. I just lost that fish. Oh man, it's crazy. So
it was so horrible.
So before we get into too much detail, if you don't know what this is real VR fishing. It's available on the Go, the Quest, the Oculus store, and for Rift. And I don't think it's on Steam yet, but I think it is coming. But this is the best, hands down, the best fishing game in VR you will ever play. It is absolutely fantastic. It's
is.
really like
It's
a fishing
great.
simulator. And what they do is they take real world environments, real places, and they go and they do these photo scans, and then they put them into VR, and they add depth to them. There's movement, the water moves, even the sky. If you watch the sky, the moon will move across the sky. There's certain fishing environments with fireworks. Tons. I don't even know how many locations there are, to be honest. There's quite a few. There's saltwater, so there's big game catching. There's boats out in the water. I mean, it's a fantastic game. Ever since it came out, really, it's been a fantastic game. But this just got even better, or it's about to get even better, because we were in the beta for the multiplayer update, and this is the Together update, I think it's called, where you can fish with 4 people. So we did a live stream this past week, if you caught it, and that was with me, Tyler, and Paradise Decay, all 3 fished together. And we were actually joined by a 4th person that we didn't know. It was a girl that joined us. Yeah, that she said she was on Quest, and she had bought a Quest for her son, and she steals it basically from him all the time, and she uses it all the time. She was having a blast with this. It was so much fun. I seriously love this game. Like, I've played it a decent amount, and I like playing it by myself, but it was just a whole nother level when we could sit there and fish with each other and show each other the fish. Like, it's so exciting to get this big fish in, and you show your friends, like, look at this fish. I couldn't even hold it. It landed on the beach.
The tuna, So this part was so cool because we were all just standing by each other on the beach, and you could see the fish. Everyone's so close. It was like it was right there. Yeah. And you could see the colors and the sheen off the fish and hold it up and show the other person. It's so cool. And you get the notifications, which makes you even more competitive, which is cool.
Tells you the size of the fish and everything. I mean, we had seriously I think we were probably planning on doing probably about a 20 or 30 minute live stream, and I think we went over an hour because we were just having so much fun. And really, we probably would have went longer because we didn't realize how long we were playing, except for Paradise Decay and Tyler's headsets both died. So that was what stopped us, basically.
Mine wouldn't have died, but I realized that one of the ports on one of my battery packs is dead. So I had it plugged in thinking it was charging, not paying attention, and it wasn't the whole time. So I was a little pissed about that.
Yeah, that's a bummer. But I mean, it's seriously... So this is going to come out. Let me see. I got the date, what the date is that's planned. I think it's August 6th is what they plan.
Is it 6?
For the release. Let me see. I asked them a couple questions. So let me see here.
Appreciate Alex for the shout out for the likes. 100 people watching. Nice. Awesome. I'm not even paying attention. Awesome. It's so hard. It's so hard to pay attention to
sometimes.
Everything.
So the release for this is going to be on August 6th of this year, and the initial release is only going to be for the Quest. So it's only going to be on Quest for the multiplayer update off the bat. They do plan on updating the Rift Store as well to get that. And I asked them about Go because I know some people still have the Go, and this game played great on the Go too. And they said,
it did.
They said they aren't sure yet. They haven't decided yet for sure because of the Go announcement of it being canceled in the store. And I don't even know, didn't they?
I don't feel like it's worth it.
I know there's no new games coming out on the Go or any of that kind of stuff. So I don't know. That's still up in the air. I feel like it probably won't happen. The update probably won't happen for the Go, which is kind of sad if you only have a Go. But I feel like at this point, most people with the Go that were really into VR are going to be picking up a Quest, or they already did, or they're picking up the next one. So, such a fantastic game.
So Vindaloo said the avatars could do with some work. And I agree, they could. I would love some arms, especially if they got some good animations with it and it wasn't cheesy and bad. But you can change.
Yeah, you can
we all just went in with the stock ones.
Yeah,
actually, the person that joined us, she looked different. So
she had a girl avatar. We had guy avatars. We didn't realize we could change them all up. So I am going to do that. Go in there and change up the avatars if we. I think the beta stopped though yesterday, so I'm not sure if we can still go into multiplayer. But.
For me, typically, like my wife, she likes and enjoys seeing what I do and stuff, but she doesn't really get into it. And I showed her this video, and she couldn't stop watching this one because she's like, "Wow, that's really cool, actually." You know, because we go out on a boat all the time. She's like, "It looks real," and I'm like, it does look real.
The videos don't do it justice either, but it looks way better in the actual headset than it does in videos. It really does. I mean, these are like realistic environments. You feel, I mean, the water's moving, the fish splash up out of the water. You feel like you're at this place fishing,
and you can see everybody else's fishes splashing in the water and their lines and stuff.
I mean, it really felt, honestly, it really felt, and you can ask Paradise Decay, like it really felt like the three of us hung out and fished together. And I said this, I think, in the stream, but I mean, there is no way in the world I would probably ever get to fish with Paradise Decay ever, because he's in the UK and we're in the US. But through the power of VR, we fished together and we caught fish together, and it was freaking awesome. It was seriously such a good game, and I'm so excited about it and not shutting up about
Paradise
it.
Decay.
I forgot to do this. So
Paradise Decay said that I wanted to race the boats, and I did. It was bad. I was walking all over the boat because my space is big enough. I could just walk and mosey around my boat, and oh man, it's you look over the edge, and like you can see the water ripples. Drag your lure out the water right off the side
fish,
of the boat.
You can see right there in the video, the fish jumped completely out of the water splash and everything. I mean, it's such a good game. So there is an Oculus Quest code up on the screen. I think it's just Oculus code. I think it's cross-buy, so it would work for either. But so hopefully somebody can get that. But man, it's really cool.
Enjoy, man. Yeah, whoever
I'm really
gets
excited about this. I mean, this is just a great thing to just put somebody in as their first VR experience. You know, there's no motion sickness. One of the things that I said in Paradise Decay's video when he was doing his premiere is that honestly, I think every like nursing home, like hospital recovery places, because can't remember, maybe Me Waters or somebody said that they did play this game a bunch when they were recovering after surgery. But for, you know, especially with these multiplayer updates for people in nursing homes and stuff, to be able to feel like they're with people and they're interacting with people and hanging out with people and doing, I mean, it's just, it's so... It'd be so awesome for stuff like that. I think for people that are, you know, lonely, they can't get out much. It's just, man,
risky business. Got it. VR Mag.
Nice.
Oh, I missed the name though, man.
Wait, Risky Business is VR Mag now? Did he change it again? Because he was James or something in there.
I think it is. It was at one time. Yeah. I know.
He has so many aliases. Is he like an axe murderer and he has to keep changing his name? Something's going on. Like he just changed his name so many times. I can't keep up. Man. I didn't even realize it was him. To be honest, but
I know. I can't take chat today. PD's killing me today, man. He said I got seasick.
You did get seasick. You were like watching the water.
I was looking over it, and the boat, like the water's moving, and I'm like, whoa, too real.
Yeah.
You know, like,
it's awesome. It really is. Okay. It's such a cool game to just hang out with friends. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. So, I mean, you can pick it up now. The multiplayer update's going to be a couple more days. I don't know, 5 days from now. So, but we're going to get in here for sure with some people again. I wish it was more than 4 people. I guess it'd be kind of hard to really see each other's stuff if it was more than 4 people, like see each other's fish and stuff.
My next dream update for this would be if you could like troll around on the boats in like at least an area, even if it was locked in an area. I don't care, but that would be super cool.
And the developers of this game, seriously though, they are so committed. Like they have been doing free updates for this game a lot. I mean, they added the saltwater update. They've added so many environment updates. Like they are seriously committed to this. And this is one of like the highest rated games in the Quest Store. I don't know what number it is, but it's way up there.
All the lures and stuff. It's so
you can fish. You can change. So when you catch your fish, you can keep it for money or you can release it for experience or vice versa, one of the two. You can upgrade your poles, your lures, your
the lodge is cool with the fish tank.
Your reels.
Going on and on about it, but I know
you can put fish in your tank and your lodge. It's fantastic. If you haven't done this, please check it out. It's so good.
Yep.
Seriously, I can't say enough good things.
I would agree.
Wait to play it again. I'm so bummed. I don't think we can play the multiplayer update anymore right now till it comes out on the 6th. We were just in like the beta, but oh, man.
I know.
So, man, there's a couple. We're talking a lot about each point, so we need to go a little quicker. We get so into some of these things.
I know.
Real quick, I want to talk about. Whoa, what happened? A whole bunch of messages got deleted by chat. I don't know.
Somebody spamming.
Okay, I missed that. But so, if you are a fan of Box VR, which I am, me and my wife play this a lot. Box VR is no more. There's no more.
Right.
There's no such thing as Box VR anymore. Basically.
But there's a but to that.
It is now called Fit XR, and it is completely revamped. I mean, same core mechanics of the game, but completely revamped. This is video from this morning. I was playing it on the Quest, and I mean, there's all kinds of particle effects now. You can see bursting out of your hands every time you punch something. It's actually really good. I really like it so far. I haven't got to play it a lot. I played it a little bit yesterday, I think, before work, and then some this morning for probably about 20 minutes this morning. Really good, honestly. I think it looks better. I think it just looks more current, and I don't know. It looks nice. The only thing, I'm not a huge fan of the big rings. If you see the big ring that goes around, because when you're in there, it almost blocks your view a little bit. It's a little bit too much, and I know some other people have had a problem with it too, so they might change it. But this is a free update, so if you have Box VR, you're gonna get this for free. I'm curious to see what people think about it, honestly.
I think it's a good direction for them to go too, only because like the name, maybe Box VR, people think it's just boxing. I feel like Fit VR is just more of like a general workout term, which I think really fits.
It really is. I mean, it is a fitness game. Right. Now they have they're kind of going the coach route where they kind of coach you and tell you things. The point system has kind of changed, which I haven't quite figured that out. You can see like the power bar at the bottom. Before every punch you would do, you would get a number that would tell you like how good, how accurate, how hard, and everything. So I'm a little confused with that system. I haven't quite figured out if I'm hitting them perfectly to get the max amount of points. When
Yeah.
you go in there now, you go in with like 6 other people, and I don't think those are real people. At first when I went in, I thought
Bots,
they were
maybe.
real people, but it fills
Right.
up like right away. I'm pretty sure you're in there with bots. Before there was multiplayer, so I haven't figured that out yet, but you can see like kind of the avatars of the people. So I'm hoping they still have the like private multiplayer matches. Me and
maybe
my wife would do that.
It could be bots, and then it just gets refilled by people, just
Yeah.
like it would be in a shooter or something else.
I just don't
hopefully.
know how, like, because me and my wife would play together in the old
Right.
version, but you would just see the scores. So I want to still be able to do
Sure.
that, but see each other's like avatars in there. So hopefully, I haven't figured that out yet. Hopefully that's still, hopefully that's still a thing. But I love this game before. I think it's great that this is just a free update, and I think it's kind of weird that they changed the name. But I mean, hey. But the one other thing I do hope to see is more environments, because right now this is the only environment that's in there, and the last one had like 3. So I'm hoping they add a lot of environments. I want to go to a lot of different places and be able to work out.
Maywater says that he played it this morning and liked it more and more every time.
Yeah, that's how I've been.
he's
The
in
first
there.
time I
So,
played it,
yeah,
I was
that's
like, man,
cool.
this is pretty cool. And then I went in again.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, like, I'm liking this. So I think it's great. I don't know if the PC update is out yet, because this is on PC VR too. And I mean, I'm sure, because even the particle effects in here look good. I'm sure it's going to look even better on PC VR. But yeah, check this out. If you have the game, if you're searching your library and you don't see Box VR anywhere, you got to look for Fit XR, because Box VR won't be listed in there anymore. So kind of weird, but yeah.
Can't wait to talk about game updates with Onward. Ooh, that's coming.
When
Not
are you
yet.
gonna do that? Not yet? Okay.
Not yet. It's crazy.
What would you like to
though.
talk about next?
Nuts, man. Let's talk about some wireless, man. Come on, my dream. It's coming.
Well,
It's coming,
this
man.
may implicate things for a G2. I put this.
This was my whole debate literally a week ago. So I don't know if they heard me or what, but it was, do I get a G2 or wait on wireless for Index? And look what we might be getting now.
Yeah, so there is a patent that was filed for a wireless adapter for the Index. And we know that from before the Index came out, Gabe was talking about the future of the Index and stuff, and he mentioned some stuff with wireless, and so I know that they've been working on it, but nobody kind of knew the state of where that was, or if any. Like, there's just,
we haven't heard anything.
Typical
since.
Valve, I guess. Typical Valve. We didn't really hear anything, but yeah. So now we still don't know much about this. How this is going to work exactly, when it's going to come out, if they're pretty far in the development process, or if this is just. They're just still messing around. They're throwing patents out there just to cover themselves. I don't know.
I know. Do they have a working prototype or close to production one? Or who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to see it for holiday time. Or are we going to see something like, let's say 5 minutes before the next Oculus Connect? Or are they going to do that again? I mean, who knows?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they've done that in the past.
They have. They love to steal the thunder. Yeah.
Oculus announces a new Quest coming out, and they drop a wireless adapter for the Index.
Exactly. Steal the thunder again. It might happen. I mean, you never know with them. Good marketing. It really is. But I don't know. I'm super pumped for it. I'm not backing out of a G2 by any means, because I am 100% pumped, and it's still a different headset. But I'm all in on a wireless adapter, man. That's
the patent really doesn't give you that much information. Like, there's not, it's not anything like.
It talks about a lot of the different RF frequencies and stuff like that, different bands and what they're using. But yeah, we know they're working on it still, and that's all that matters to me, that they're still progressing with it.
So if this comes out right around the time of the G2 or something like that, are you more excited about a wireless Index, or are you more excited about a G2 that's going to have, ridiculous resolution?
I think they both serve their purpose for me, because typically when I want those very high res images, your benefits are going to be in your driving games or your flight sims, which are all done seated.
Right.
So that doesn't affect me as much, because I'm not moving. So if I'm going to play a shooter, probably I'm going to go back to a wireless Index because of that free movement. And now I've got some adapters that really help with the controller feel, the grip extensions, which are just amazing.
For the Index,
so I'm really going to be all in for shooters on an Index probably, and because I don't have issues with the resolution and what it looks like.
But you haven't seen a G2 yet.
I haven't seen a G2 yet. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to be able to see farther and stuff in it, and it might change my tune. But for now, I'm going to use one for one and one for the other probably.
And Vindaloo said that Index frunk is there for a reason. So,
exactly.
He's right. I mean, they put that there for. I mean, they had to have some kind of plans. Yeah,
Yep.
they wanted some kind of plans for that. compartment that they put in there, and what all they have planned for that, I don't know, but I would have to imagine they would implement the wireless into that, I would think, which would be great. Yeah, I don't know. For me, wireless is so weird now because in the past, like I always thought that was like the greatest thing that could ever happen to VR. And the more that I've played VR, I've played way more PC VR than I have Quest. I've spent more time in PC VR than I have in my Quest. And I've gotten so used to not moving around a lot and using stick movement that even when I'm playing Quest and I'm playing first-person shooters on Quest, I forget. Like, I just get so in the zone and I totally forget that I have freedom and I can move around anywhere I want. I can go... See,
I don't like that.
Yeah,
though.
That's my problem is that I have to, once, I'm get used to wireless and we have a wireless PCVR and wireless Quest, like I have to retrain my brain.
Yeah,
to take
I don't think you will,
man.
Again. You like to snap turn. You like to do that. I don't like
snap turn. I like smooth turn, but I'm just so used to that.
Right,
That's what I do. Like I try to just stay in one spot. I don't like getting twisted up. So, but I would love to be able to move real quick. I would love to be able to dodge to the side and not have to worry about ripping the headset off of my head, and stuff like that. It's just, how do I teach myself to do that? It's just a learning process. You just have to unlearn what you've learned we've been playing PC VR, especially shooters, since 2016. So it's been a long time of that learned behavior that I've come up with.
And we've never done suspended cords or anything like that. So you do. You do get used to it, but I love the free movement and being able to move around and duck and not get tangled up. So I almost was at the point where I was going to get a Vive Pro with the wireless adapter, which I see Jarillo said last 7 hours, which exactly, that's amazing. And that's what I want essentially.
He got one?
Jarillo. I don't know if he has one, but he was saying how long it lasts.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I just don't understand why they couldn't have made.
I think he does.
Why they couldn't have made that Vive Pro wireless adapter work with the Index somehow. I really hope.
Or out of the box, kind of, except for it's all about transmission and the information. And they talk about in the patent with the channel switching and stuff, probably to keep up with that in case there's interference, so it doesn't drop out.
I mean, another question I have about this is, what is this going to push? Are we going to be able to do 120 hertz? Are we going to be able to do 144 hertz wirelessly, or is this going to be locked into 90?
I don't care. Give me 90 with wireless all day.
I agree, but how amazing would it be if you could do 120 or you could do 144? I don't know if that's even possible. Man, that would blow my mind if they came out and said, "Hey, you can run 144 hertz wirelessly." Like that would be. I don't think
You're almost talking double the information at 140.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a lot. That's a ton.
I don't think that's going to happen. I have a feeling it's probably going to be locked into 90 and maybe down the road, hopefully be able to do 120. I don't know because. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But man, if we could even, because what do you play your Index at? What do you have it set to most of the time?
120. I keep it locked at 120.
That's what I do too. Mine's always at 120 hertz. So yeah, I don't know.
I know. I'm just pumped. I'll be on board with this the second I can pre-order it.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what price is going to be too. I'm curious about that.
$299.
You think so? Because that's right around what the Vive wireless one is. I believe is around $299.
I think so. I mean, you're talking batteries. Whatever bands they are going to be using. I know it looks like they're using some lower frequencies as well. But the transmitter for all that, your receiver, I don't know if they're going to have 2 batteries or one. Probably one sold as a second for hot swap. That's my dream.
As long as you can hot swap batteries, that's what I want. Because I don't want to have to stop playing to charge. I mean, even the
which isn't a big deal. All they have to have is a little internal battery in it to be able to hot swap it. It's not a big issue. So
that's what I want. Yeah, even if it's not, even if you have to shut it off to swap it, at least you can keep going. But so I'm excited. I can't wait to find out more. But talking about the grips that Tyler has been working on, these are the grip extensions. Basically, they make the Index controllers a little thicker, for bigger hands and stuff. And these are meant to work directly with the Mammut gun stock that we use. They clamp around the controller, and it looks pretty awesome. So
they're so good. And I was fine tuning them and cleaning up all the edges and stuff from the print to really so I can get them to you, so you can just throw them on. But
so wait, the second set is for me? I said that in Discord. I saw 2 sets sitting there, and I was like, hopefully that second set sitting there is one for me.
Calm down. If they do end up working good, I am going to print another one out, and I'll give some away. And we've got some giveaways coming up too. I have to work on a video this weekend. And after that, we are going to to give away.
I think this code is still good too. I think this code is still good too. I think it was a 2-week code, so you should have some more time. If you're interested in the Mammut Apto, if you use code RenderedReality, all capitals, one word, you get 10% off the Mammut Apto 2.0, which is
so good, man.
Yeah, it's a great.
I just love the fact that it comes with all the mounts. Like if you upgrade headsets, controllers, whatever, you're basically covered. Obviously, there won't be anything for the G2 yet.
Well, they said that they're going to be working on it, and that's going to be coming. And they also said that it may work with, I don't know if it'll work with like the wand cups or how. I'm going to figure something out because I'm going to need to use it with a gun stock right away. So I know they're working on it. I know it's going to be out, and they said that it could possibly work with some of the way it is now. I don't know yet. So we'll figure that out once we have it in hand. But yeah, these are pretty cool. I've never tried any of these extensions. I know like
they feel so much better only because it pushes your hand back farther and gives you that perfect ratio to the thumbstick.
That's what I'm looking for, because the thumbstick just does not feel like it's in the right place to me, and I have an issue with that. But
I agree.
But some people like I don't remember who all. I know somebody in our Discord posted a picture of these. Like I think they were orange on their controllers a while back.
It was Zach Fontaine.
No, I'm talking way before that. Like a long time ago, somebody posted. Maybe it was Skiva.
They did.
Or I don't know.
They were yellow. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, yellow or orange. But yeah, so a lot of people run these and they have really good things to say about it. So I am looking forward to checking those out. But
no.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jason said he was playing No Man's Sky last week. There'd be another one that'd be cool for the G2. No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gorgeous game.
So good, I know.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let's talk about this new game, and then we're going to get into some Onward stuff, because I think we need to spend a little bit of time on Onward. But Frostpoint VR, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think this looks amazing, man. I really do. I love the guns. I love the look of the guns of this, too. I mean, you know, the environments and stuff like that look great. The concept of the game isn't anything new. We have a lot of shooters and stuff. But I just love the guns and stuff, how you have that mix. It's kind of like, what was it? Like in Halo, where you'd have alien guns and real guns and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
That's cool.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of Halo, to be honest. It had a little bit of that look to it.
A little bit.
And it is a little bit different than your normal shooters, because it's a PvPvE, so your PvP versus environment. So there's going to be, you know, aliens like this here. There's going to be things that are going to be attacking both sides. So not only do you have to worry about other players in the game, you have to worry about environmental characters and stuff like that, which is, I mean, that part to me for some reason looks like Halo. I don't know, a lot of these parts totally reminded me of Halo, even this part. But it looks really good.
Be a blast, man.
They're not coming out with it for the Quest. They have no plans for Quest right now, which is pretty shocking, because
I know, but I don't know. I don't know, because you limit yourself then. You know, I mean, you're going to limit some of what you do if you say you're going to put it out for the Quest. I don't know. I feel like you spend a lot of time optimizing. I mean, look at Onward. What, a year just trying to get it onto the Quest?
Well,
so I don't know, man.
Tony, or South Memphis. He said the little guy jumping says #1 fan. It doesn't show up here, but it
cheers,
shows
man.
We appreciate the #1 fan. That's awesome. Seriously, that is so cool. One thing that about the Quest, and this is the for a multiplayer game, we've seen what Quest has done for the platform of Onward.
Sure.
We've seen what it's done for Contractors, even though it's not officially on the store yet. Contractors is on side quests, but it has massively increased the player base. So strictly multiplayer games are still tough in VR, because there's a lot of them and everybody wants to play different things. So to have enough people to fill up lobbies all the time can be tough. So when you add crossplay with the Quest, you're greatly improving your odds of that game having a long lifespan of full lobbies. I mean, you can't get around that. I mean, that's just I mean, that's the way it is.
I agree, but you know, if you're creating a game and you want it to have a certain look to it, you're set at that lowest image and that look of it, you know, a little bit. And yes, you can add textures on one side and the other. I don't know, though. I don't know. It's different. With small development teams, you can only devote so much time to something, so you have to pick your battles. Either you're going to focus on making sure you get it on the Quest, or you're just going to make it for PC VR, you know?
Well, I think if they go PC VR route and it launches on PC VR, it's got some hype for a while, and then as that hype is going, they work on a Quest port, you know, to keep it long term.
Like Onward.
That totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. The character movements in this, though, like at the end of the trailer, when your character is seeing the other online characters moving around, like it looks real jerky to me. Like it looked like Quest, the way characters move in online multiplayers in Quest, almost like they're a little more jerky and not smooth. And so when I found out it didn't have any plans for Quest, I was like, oh man, I thought maybe it would. It just, I don't know. It just kind of, but it looks good. I mean, and this is from In Exile Entertainment, so this isn't their first game.
And I love good co-op games too. Where you can get in with a bunch of friends, one friend, no friends. It gives it that longevity too, though, just from that, because you don't have to play with a bunch of people, or you can. So
So, I mean,
Super
this is
cool.
history of successful crowdfunded releases include Wasteland 2, Torment, Tides of Numenera, I don't know what that is, and The Bard's Tale.
Yeah, it looks good.
We're currently working on Wasteland 3, other unannounced projects. So, and what was their other, they made, was it Mage's Tale that they made? They made
Oh,
something.
was it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I can't remember. They made
I don't
another
know.
VR game. Now I can't remember what it was. I didn't add it
I
in
feel
my
I
notes,
feel like
but
this game will give you like that Destiny vibe, like where you can go in with people, do stuff with people or not. You know, I
Mage's
just
Tale,
that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
it was the
Is
Mage's
it?
Tale. So
Okay.
they made the
Huh.
Mage's Tale. That's what I thought it was, but I
Yep.
couldn't remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, I expect this game to be pretty good because it isn't their first VR game. It's not their first game in period, but it's
Sure.
not their first VR game either. So anytime
Yep.
you make a game, you know, you're going to learn from
Yeah.
what you did. So yeah,
Yep.
this looks good. This looks really good.
Yep. I'm kind of pumped for it now. I know.
Yeah, I mean, we're one of our favorite genres is the first-person shooter game
Sure
in
it
VR
is.
anyway.
Yeah.
So any of these games get us a little bit excited to to jump in
Yep.
there and try out. So
Teamwork. Oh, so good.
yeah. So you
Oh,
ready?
so
Oh,
well, can we get into the quest since we were talking a little quest with the hopefully some IPD adjustment?
yeah. So supposedly that we've gotten a little bit of clarification from I don't know if it was Upload who put this out. I think it was Upload, but they from their source, whatever they've found out that the way the IPD is going to work is you can see the number 2 in the image there, and supposedly it's going to be a 3 selection IPD. So
Right.
you're going to have 3 set positions to move the lenses. It's not going to be just a slider, which I think I'm okay with because if these lenses are
Right.
improved at all and they do
Like the
have
Go lenses or something.
well, I mean, the Go and the Quest lenses are the same thing, but if they improve, even those have a pretty good sweet spot. I mean, they're probably one of the
That's
biggest
what I
sweet
mean.
spots.
Yeah.
But even if they improve on that and you got a little bit bigger sweet spot and you at least have 3 sections to choose from,
Sure.
that's going to be way better than the Rift S that's locked into one. So at least you're covering a wider, genre of people that are going to be able to
Absolutely.
enjoy this properly. I mean, it's probably still best to be able to perfectly dial it in, but hey, I would
Right.
much rather have 3 settings of an IPD than no settings of an IPD. So
That's true.
Mad Wookie
Yeah,
is
good point.
filling up these coffee cups. I definitely appreciate it. So
Cheers,
keep it up.
man. That's amazing.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is awesome.
Really do
So-
appreciate it, guys. Oh, Hannah said the 2 is for 2 eyes.
Yeah, I heard somebody else say that too. Yeah, you're only allowed to use it if you have 2 eyes. So, or maybe you set it to 3 if you have
What
3
if you're
eyes.
a pirate?
I don't know.
Yeah, what if you're a pirate?
I have
and you set
4
it to
though,
1?
with glasses, right? So I need,
Jeez,
I
here
need
we
a 4
go.
setting.
Here we go.
So
But yeah, no, I think it's great. I'm
Yeah.
glad. Hopefully, it's real clarification. Hopefully, it's not BS or
yeah,
somebody
so
just didn't
this
put
is
a number on that. image.
this is supposedly from a reliable source. Confirms new Oculus
Right.
Quest features an
Yep.
adjustable system to fit the lenses to different eye distances, and there's supposed to be 3 settings. So as far as and none of this is set in stone. Nobody knows for sure of anything that's really. We won't know till September or whatever it is when Oculus Connect comes this year. That's when we're going to find out. I'm sure more set in
Yeah.
stone details.
Oh
but,
yeah, absolutely.
But definitely hoping for
Yep.
some kind of IPD adjustment. And so 3 settings works for me. It's better than nothing. I can't complain.
Yep. So another big event that is not going to happen now, CES, man.
Yeah.
So we didn't go last year, and guess
No.
what's not happening this year?
We
so.
We went to PAX this past year. We planned on going to CES this
Yep.
2021. We wanted to go this past year in 2020. We didn't make it. We're like, oh, dude,
Yep.
if we do any of them in 2021, it's definitely going to be CES. We're definitely going to CES. And now we can't go. So it's not surprising. I don't know that we're ever going to
It's
get another
not.
one of
I
these
know.
things in person. Who knows? It's going to be all
Yeah,
digital
I
now.
know.
It's going all digital, which everybody is, but it's still
So we
disappointing.
will be
but
there digitally, but
Yeah.
it's like, come on. I know.
It is disappointing.
Just not the same. You can't test the products, and stuff on video just doesn't compare
Yeah,
to
and
in
it's
person.
different
The
when
build
it's game
quality, though.
trailers and games compared
Right.
to hardware. I mean, I
Sure
want
it
to
does.
hold that hardware. I want to put it on my face, hold it in my hands, look through the lenses, of whatever it
Yep.
is.
Yep.
So that is really, really disappointing. And I mean, it would have been awesome because we would have got to meet up with a lot of people from the community that we
I know.
talk to and play with all the time. It would have been
Yep.
awesome, but
Agreed.
unfortunately, it's not going to happen. So that's pretty unfortunate. But I mean,
I know.
we're still going to find out digitally what's going on, just not,
At least we're not going to get kicked out of the hotel for trying to do a live show out of it.
Yeah, we did
like
do that
last
at
time.
PAX. If you were watching our PAX, our Coffin VR show,
amazing.
we were doing the show from the hotel lobby. They had a really nice lobby at this hotel we were staying at, and we're like, oh, this is perfect. So we got everything set up, and security came down, and they were like, what are you guys
2
doing?
minutes. Two
Yeah,
minutes
we were
before we were
just
gonna go
about to
live.
go live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they busted us and said we got to
That was
move it. So
amazing,
they did
yeah.
find us another secured location. They said that we could stream from because they I guess it was an issue of people in the background and walking through, and they didn't
It
want
was
other people
just-
on employees.
they were
on
having a bad
camera.
day.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it still worked out. But it would have been
Yep.
cooler in the first
Absolutely.
location we had set up. But it
I know.
happens.
Yeah.
So let's get into Onward. Can we get into Onward?
I know,
I know
man.
so many
Yeah,
people
for
are fired
sure.
up about Onward. So this is our footage from when me and Tyler were playing Onward on the Quest. This is all Quest footage. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of debate to talk about, and there's a lot of back and forth about all of the Onward stuff going on right now. But to say the least, it is on Quest. It plays great. You know, it looks good for being on Quest. I mean, the graphics are definitely downgraded, and we said that in the video. We're like, other than the, you know, the graphical downgrade, and people were like, oh, well, what do you expect? And we knew it was going to be downgraded, and you know, that's fine. I mean, it has to happen. We were just so used to playing these games on PC VR, so it's more noticeable for us. I think people that haven't played PC VR and they jump into this on a Quest, they're not going to know any different. The graphics look fine. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, I agree.
So we're just a little bit more picky, but it looks good. It's just it's not PC VR, but what do you expect?
Right, it's not, but it plays good.
It plays good, well. Yeah. Honestly, I think it almost plays better than it does on PC sometimes because it loads better. Like, and we'll get into some of that, but I mean, it loaded quickly for me. It did a lot of things right, and it played good. I mean, people are going to have a blast on this, and the fact that it's crossplay, you know, is going to totally revive the PC VR Onward community. Well, eventually, we'll get into that too. But so
I know. Yeah, I think I don't know. To me, I feel like it's just missing some of that quality that I felt going into Onward. Like that, it looked so good that I feel like it's a totally different game now almost. And that's the part where I don't know. I don't know if it's going to do as well. I mean, it will because it is. It's the first official.
It is what it is. Yeah,
and
first
people will buy it.
Military style
people will
PvP
play it.
shooter.
Right. But I don't know. I think we have seen better even now on Quest with games.
Yeah, it's tough.
Whether it be shooters or other games, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if their optimization it just isn't up to par. I don't know. Not sure.
I've always had some issues with Onward on PC VR, getting it to run right.
Right, their optimization,
loading times. There would be a lot of times when I'd be trying to load into a lobby, I'd be loading, and the game just crashed out, or so. And part of the update that they've done on the PC, which so many people are mad about, was to try to fix some of those issues and make the game run more optimized and run better and all of that. But before we get into all that, the game is a lot of fun. It really is. It's a good time on Quest. I'm going to be playing it on Quest. I can't wait to play with some of the community and stuff in this. One of my biggest complaints, and I know some other people, it drives them crazy. Some people are okay with it. I don't like the way they did the damage vignette. I don't like what they did with when you're getting shot. So in most games...
Did you ever find out, can we turn that off? I didn't go back and check that.
You can't turn it off because that's a core mechanic of the game. You know, when you get shot, it's, you know, most games your vision starts to get blurry, or you start to get a dark vignette around the sides. You know, it's a disadvantage when you're getting shot. You want to feel a little bit disoriented. You know, I understand it, so it makes sense. But what they did in this is they put a huge tunnel. I mean, I told somebody this, that it feels like, you know, when you take your dog to the vet and get them neutered and they put a cone around their neck. Right. That's what I felt like. Somebody put a cone around my neck every time I'd get shot at. And it was, I mean, it's just very pronounced, you know, dark circle around your visuals that you can't see through. It gets tighter. The more you get shot, it starts to get less. That was my biggest complaint.
I know. And I just wish it would have been more like just like a true vignette, like a see-through-ish, but like just bring it down, not just a circle you're looking through, you know?
It was just too abrupt for me. It was just too much. I mean, we already don't have a huge field of view on the Quest and stuff. So when you cut off basically half of that,
you're looking through a straw.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. I mean, it was just too much for me. I mean, it wasn't a deal breaker because after I played for a while, it wasn't as shocking and I didn't notice it as much. But the first time it happened, the first time I got shot, I was like, what is going on? Like,
I know.
Like you can see it pop in here in the video, and sometimes it's small, but when you get shot a lot and you're about to die, it's like, I mean, it's hopefully they work on that a little bit. Hopefully they tone that back a little bit. I'm okay with some kind of vignette. I'm okay with blurring. I'm okay with, you know, I mean, I understand it's probably performance issues too. You know, it's harder to do a see-through vignette than it's going to be a solid color. But hopefully that can be tweaked a little bit. I know it can be done on Quest. I know it can be. So
Funky Deep asked, and this was my first reaction, was how does it compare to contractors on Quest? Because like when I first went in, that was my first reaction. If you guys watched the video, you heard it, and that was just my honest, the truth, because that is something that, you know, we compare a lot of things to.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I think contractors has a lot going on for their optimization for a shooter. I will say that.
They do.
They really do. And I do feel like this is way more flat inside. So when it comes to textures and everything, the assets, I feel like they're more flat. It still looks good.
Yeah.
But I think contractors is doing something a little bit better on that department.
Optimization wise, they have a little bit more locked in, I think.
They do.
And the Quest version of contractors is still a downgrade. I mean, it still doesn't look as good as PCVR.
So my thing is, okay, Onward keeps trying to use this old build, right? This build from what, 16 almost, isn't it? Was it 16
Onward?
or 17 when it came out? Yeah, of Onward.
It was 16 probably.
I think so. And I feel like they just need to abandon their original build and stop trying to just adapt it and
kind of
optimize
what they did
it.
with this. I mean, this is a completely revamp. It's just, you know, they went the wrong way with the PC build.
I don't think they did. I don't think they started from scratch, though. That's
I don't know.
the problem.
From what I heard that they did for the Quest version, they essentially started from scratch.
Maybe.
But I mean, that's why it's running better. And so on the PC version, though, the problem is they did the same thing. You know, the PC version now looks like the Quest version. I mean, all the textures are downgraded. Like, it just doesn't look like what it used to look on the PC version.
Right.
So, I mean, they did do that. And a lot of the people thought that the reason they did that was for crossplay, that they did that so that crossplay was possible. But that's not necessarily true. Yes, you have to, if they removed some things, if they couldn't fit X amount of trees in the Quest build, so they removed X amount of trees from the PC build. Yes, that can happen because they want the maps to be the same.
Correct.
But you can still have good textures in PCVR and lower textures in Quest and still have crossplay. So just the textures
100%.
alone of lower textures and lower quality on PCVR wasn't the reason they did it for crossplay. That wasn't why. Supposedly they did that to try to make the game run better because the game never ran super awesome on PC, and that was their plan, was to try to make the game run. The problem is they did this shocking update that everybody was like, wait a minute, like, why does my PC version of Onward look like this now? And people were mad. I mean, if you look at some of the Reddits and the Discords, I mean, people are still ticked off, you know. And I mean, like, I saw somebody saying that I think the reviews have taken a tank on Steam or something like that. I mean, it's I
get it. You can't downgrade somebody's game, especially when it's their go-to. Like, what if contractors all of a sudden just flipped a switch and looked night and day different? I'd stop
gorgeous on PC.
I know.
Gorgeous.
Stop
game,
playing
honestly.
it right there. So I get it.
I agree. So So Onward has come out and talked a little bit about this. They realized that there's a big issue. They came out on their Discord. If you follow the Discord, they said that
blew up, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So they said that we've set version 1.7. So the current one is 1.8, the newest one. They set a 1.7 available as an open beta branch on Steam to opt in to the 1.7 backup beta branch. So if you want to go back to 1.7, you can do that. So at least there's that. At least they're doing that. And they are working on bringing it back up to snuff for the PC version, as far as I know.
You're gonna hurt a lot of people and drive a lot of people away real fast by doing that. I mean, that's crazy to me. I don't know.
I mean, it's just, I don't think they handled it the right way. I don't think they went about it the right way to do this kind of an update of a downgrade. I mean, I knew there was a big patch coming for the PC version as well. I knew that they had big plans for the PC version as well. I knew it was going to be optimization stuff. I didn't think like this, though. Yeah. No, not at all. I had no idea this is what they were planning for the PC version. So, but they said that we've been listening to the feedback on the 1.8 update we launched yesterday. Understand the frustrations you've shared with us. The focus for the update was not only to facilitate the Quest launch, it was to implement an enormous amount of changes under the hood that will enable us to expand Onward going into the future. In the end, we didn't allow ourselves enough time to bring back the full immersive experience for PC VR. The current graphics in particular are a noticeable step down from what you were used to in 1.7. I apologize for not having communicated that earlier with you or giving you the option to make a choice between 1.7 and 1.8 while we worked on solving these issues. So they said going forward, the first priority for 1.8 is to bring the graphics to a higher level on the PC, sort out other issues that the community has raised over the past day. We'll be releasing a patch today with a couple of immediate changes to LODs, as well as a handful of bug fixes. So and then they're going to open up the 1.7. But
I mean, I just like watching this with Suburbia and stuff. It's like it just seems so nothing to me. Like there's doesn't give you those feels like when you go in. You know what I mean? I don't know. Even I mean, we just see better stuff on Quest even. So I just don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know,
think
man.
it's still
It's
great.
great. It's fun.
Yeah, I think the
Yes,
fact that
I
this
know.
is on Quest and running on Quest, it's playable on Quest, is fantastic for this game as a whole. I think what happened with the PC VR side is pretty sad, and people are upset, and they can hopefully get that fixed and save it. I know the reviews have taken a tank. I mean, the sad part about this is that Onward had a very loyal following.
Oh,
I mean, if there are people that play Onward that you can't say any other first-person shooter game is good because they're like, you're stupid. Onward's so much better. You know what I mean? Like they had such a following that was very, very loyal and committed that, you know, they made a lot of those people mad. So I don't know what's going to happen, you know, after all that, but I mean, it's still a great game. I'm sure they're going to bring it back. And I don't know. I think it's awesome that it's on Quest. There is something else we want to get into though, that some people have brought to our attention. We haven't had this issue.
I have.
Well, not to where you had to completely reset, but there's been some issues where people have been having some basically headset crashing issues where they lost everything and they had to basically do a hard reset on their Oculus Quest. And this hasn't been only one person that I've heard this from. This has been quite a few people. So the issue is that people are saying basically Onward has the potential on Quest to basically brick your headset, and you have to do a hard reset and start from scratch as far as I understand. I don't know what that is.
My guess is that it's using too much of the onboard RAM and it's locking it up. That would be my only guess. Though I don't see issues running it, but I don't know if like the regular operating system just can't handle being maxed out. Maybe
I don't know what it is. Maybe does it have to do, you think, with how much like disk space you have filled up? You think it's worse if you have
I think it's RAM only. I do, but that's me. I don't know, and it could be, but. I don't know.
I wonder, like, I know Paradise Decay, when he had his issue and his happened to him, he was recording footage on the Quest. I don't know if it maybe has something to do with that, because that's going to use more RAM if you're recording footage while you're playing. So maybe, I don't know. But I know this has happened to multiple people. I know there's been some concern about it. I know Onward developers know about it. I don't know. I'm sure they're looking into what the issues are. I don't know, but be warned. I don't know. I just know that it's happened. It hasn't happened to me. You had some issues a little bit when you were trying to play, but it wasn't like where you had to do a hard reset or anything. But
not a hard reset, but it locked up to where I had to completely shut it down and start back again with it running. So I get it. I mean, there's something going on there. I thought it was just a fluke. I didn't know. So I'm like, okay, I'll shut it down and try again. And then it worked. So I didn't think twice about it. But now, I'm hearing other people having issues with it. So I don't think it's a one-off. So I don't know. A
little bit scary.
Yeah. If you guys have had that problem though, let us know in the comments, because I'd love to know if it's widespread or if it's maybe just, are you maxed out on your space? Like what you think's doing it, but I don't know.
I'm curious if everybody that has had it happen to them was recording, because I think there's 3 people now that I know of that have said that theirs did that, and they all make videos. So I don't know if maybe that's the common denominator, that they were all recording at the time, and that's when we were playing this, we were streaming it to our PC, so we weren't recording natively on the Quest. So we didn't, maybe, I don't know, but I did experience a couple glitches here and there where like a little bit of stutter here, but nothing major. For being on Quest, it was completely playable. Tracking worked good. I wasn't using a gun stock. I mean, I had a tracking glitch here or there. It's to be expected. Nothing major. Nothing major. I haven't tried it with a gun stock yet. I probably will, but I've played other shooters on the Quest with a gun stock. I've played Pavlov. I've played Contractors on Quest, both with stocks. It's completely doable. So So Paradise Decay said he still has half his hard drive space available, so it must not be that.
It's not that.
But I think he was recording when it happened. So
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We had hard times running this when it first came out, and we had capable PCs back then. So
I mean, I got a 2080. I mean, and I still sometimes have some issues on PC version. I don't know about the new update. The new update's probably a lot better. But Alex VR said I had so much fun in Onward on the Quest last night. I think he said, or today.
Yep. It is. It's a blast, and it's a lot of fun. All the modes are on there, so you get to play everything. Basically, it's on the PC build, which is super cool. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll play it again. I'm sure I'll play with some people, but I still like to go back to Contractors.
And Hussein X said, I heard AI has also been dumbed down too, and it seemed to have been a little worse than it used to be. gaming science teacher is asking about the hard reset, the factory reset. And so I don't know. I think so. Maybe it just is the same issue you had where they had to just hard shut it off and then start
That's what I
turning
had
back
to do.
on. But
I couldn't do anything. I couldn't pull up Oculus.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So I'm not sure. I thought it was like a factory reset. Maybe that's not the case. Like I said, it hasn't happened to me. I've just heard stories. But so I'm wondering, is the gaming science teacher picking this up? I haven't played a first-person shooter before with gaming science teacher. It doesn't seem like it's up her alley so much, but I'm curious if she would be willing to give it a try. I don't know.
Right.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what build this is. I see Jason asking that.
I can't remember if I think Contractors is Unity.
I think it is Unity. I think I remember in the beginning when it first came out. I think I remember seeing
Yeah, I think Onward is Unity and Contractors is Unreal. Yeah.
Yeah, Contractors is Unreal. I know that.
Yeah. I believe that's the case.
Yep. But anyways, it's definitely worth picking up. Like, honestly, it's worth it. I know we're sitting here talking about it and being bad, but as a Quest game, it is. It's a lot of fun.
I mean, this is going to do big things for Quest, honestly. I mean, this game will sell Quest headsets because there are plenty of people that are Xbox, PlayStation players that only play first-person shooter games. And to see this playable on the Quest and be able to experience, I mean, it's just such a different experience going into a VR game like this compared to playing it on the flat screen. This is going to sell headsets. This is going to sell Oculus Quest headsets. I guarantee there are people that are going to want a Quest for this game. So I think for VR market as a whole, I think it's great. I mean, I think it's fantastic that they got this running.
Jurian said that he had the same issue yesterday with the lockup. So it must be pretty widespread then, I'd say.
Yeah.
Scary though.
Yeah, I don't know. So VR Spry guy said, when is the next Contractors battle between RR and Virtual Strangers? So
I know, man.
We might have to try and do that this weekend. I've been crazy busy. I've had family in town for a little while, which has been a blast. We rode a ton of four-wheelers and swam and all kinds of stuff. But so I've been a little limited on my time. I've tried not to play a ton of VR, even though this past week we played a decent amount. But yeah, we need to do that soon. Maybe this weekend, possibly, depending on what Tyler has going on. I know he's trying to do that gun stock video and stuff. We'll see how that goes. Tyler showed his VR space a little bit on our.
That's right.
On our what is that called? Patreon. So you don't have to be a Patreon member or anything. If you just go to the page, it's Patreon/RenderedReality. If you just go to the page, you can see the video, and it's just kind of like a behind-the-scenes, no edit, kind of showing around what he's working with, because he went from his previous house and his VR space to his new house where he kind of has a VR office, and then he's got the whole basement downstairs where he uses to play and do the show and stuff. But it's unfinished basement right now, but he has big plans, and he's walked me through all of his plans that he has for down there when I was there, and it was really exciting. So, which
maybe the next one I'll shoot too. Maybe I'll draw some plans out or something. But yeah, it's still a work in progress. So I'm still trying to figure it out. Insulation up on the walls, but that's about it at this point. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to play with and feel it out before I do anything drastic. So it'll be interesting to see.
And I've showed a little bit of my space, just mainly in the background. Like even in the intro today, that big shelf thing is in here. So I probably will do a video at some point breaking down my VR space and what I'm working with currently. It changes all the time. Honestly, every week my VR space changes a little bit because I'm coming up with different ways I want to do things, moving things around. It's changed so many times.
And that's, I want to design it all to be modular. So I can do something here, something there, something over here, have it all set up, ready to go to get you guys content quicker. Because that's the hardest thing for us, honestly. Really is. It's just tough to get it together and get it out as fast as possible.
My question about gaming science teacher playing Onward, she said, nope. She said, I mean, if Downpour gave out a code, I might try it, but not much interest here. She said, but especially if this is more on the sim side, I'm not sure I'd like it. I know I wouldn't be any good at it. Nobody's good at first. You got to just keep playing. I mean, we were terrible at it too at first, so you just have to keep playing. The nice
thing is it does have a lot of like training and tutorials kind of stuff, and stuff that you can go and by yourself, practice and do stuff. So
you should play it. If Downpour Interactive is watching this, please send Gaming Science Teacher a code. I want to play some Onward. We've played a couple games with Gaming Science Teacher over the years, so it'd be cool to see her in a game like this. One of my favorite kind of games. It'd be kind of neat.
I know.
Yeah, so pretty exciting. I mean, this was an exciting week, honestly.
It is.
I mean, a lot of things got overshadowed by the whole Onward thing. Onward and Flight Simulator. Those, I think, were the two big things that kind of, the new Box VR Fit XR update didn't get much exposure this week because of all the other stuff going on. Real VR fishing, that'll be, I think, next week for the multiplayer update, which is absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to jump in there with some more people. Probably go fishing with Paradise Decay again. Fantastic game. So good. So, and if you missed last week's episode, make sure you watch that. A lot of G2 stuff and a lot of Quest 2 speculation talk with this guy.
I know. Right? Is that him in chat? Is that him in chat?
I hope not, because I just threw his image up here that Tyler made a terrible PNG of him drinking
so
a beer.
Good, man.
So I'll just leave that up there for a second. But we love that guy. We so much appreciate him.
That's what we're going to be doing on his
on.
show is what we'll be doing.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a beer and VR kind of episode on his show at some point in time. Just hang out, have some adult beverages, and talk VR. Talking VR is just about as fun as playing it. So
it's so good, man. Yeah. I know it is. It's just so exciting to be here, and glad you guys are here. And early adopters, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And the community is still amazing.
Early adopter phase. If you buy a VR headset right now, are you still an early adopter?
Absolutely.
I think you're
until
I think you're a
until I hear like some random person buying a VR headset and somebody's mom or grandma or somebody buying a headset, then it's not early adopters to me. But I still think it is. I mean, we still have a threshold, of that dollar amount, and especially with PC VR, and having to have a PC. So yes, I still think it's early adopter, but we're on the cusp. I'd say after Christmas, I might change my tune probably.
Yeah, we all might after Christmas, but it'll be interesting to see. Person just said Onward is pretty high on VR LFG. So I'm not surprised because of the rise in people playing with the crossplay.
Right. Yeah, but that wouldn't show up on VR LFG.
No, I know, but it's going to bring more people back to Onward to play with all the new
people are talking about it and want to see the new update.
It's getting a lot of press coverage, so it's going to be... I'm going to look real quick. So Beat Saber #1, Half-Life Alyx #2, Pavlov VR #3. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens to the multiplayer military style shooters when Pavlov makes it to Quest, because Pavlov has a huge following, the biggest following, the highest play numbers of any of the three.
But it's not, you're not going to have those mod maps and stuff, I don't think, because no optimization, because they're all made by the community.
Pavlov's supposedly not going to have crossplay either, from what I heard. Dave doesn't plan on doing any kind of crossplay with the build. So
you never know with him, though.
I mean, you're looking at right now current Steam numbers, just Steam alone. You're looking at Pavlov having 594 players right now, where Onward has 144. And Onward has all this press coverage right now, and everybody's talking about it. Although a lot of people are probably mad and not playing it, but I mean, it's still a big difference. Pavlov has a big player following. So.
I know it does. It's crazy.
So it'll be interesting. I am curious to see what happens as the other of the big three, as the other other ones come to official Quest. But
yeah. All right, is that all? Is that everything you had? I'm trying to think.
I think so.
I think so. I think it is. Yeah.
My wife said I'm kind of quiet compared to you. I usually get so loud. She just texted me a little while ago. Actually, it's been a little while now. But
sorry, we got to calm you down.
Yeah, I feel like usually I just get so excited and I'm so loud that I usually try to turn my mic down some because I don't want to overpower. Because a lot of times I watch a video back, I'm like, man, I'm way too loud. Like, I get so excited. But yeah, so anyways, sorry if I was a little too quiet. It's probably for the best for everybody's eardrums, to be honest.
But let us know in the comments too about the intro, really, because we are going to fine tune that. We're going to work on that, especially for next week. So yeah, if there's anything you guys like, don't like, think we should do, don't think we should do, but hopefully you guys like it.
Hop in our Discord too, because we might be trying to get another Contractors game going. Depending on what Tyler has going on this weekend, I definitely want to play it, so maybe we can make that happen.
I have to. I know.
Yeah, so that'll be good. But make sure you jump in the Discord. The link's in the description. Seriously, thank you so much for everybody for the super chats, and even just everybody being here. I mean, just you guys being here in the chat talking to us about all this stuff. It's such an exciting. I mean, every year for VR gets more and more exciting, if you ask me. It really does. So there's so many good things happening this year. 2020 was a terrible year overall, but for the VR space, it's some great things. So
and proof of why we need more VR, right? So I always say, I mean, it's why not? If you don't want to go out and don't want to be in public and want to see people and not have to be with them, buy a VR headset.
Yeah, seriously, especially for the fishing thing. You go fishing together, you play poker together. It's fantastic. So I think. So Paradise Decay just sent gaming science teacher a quest key for Onward, so that's awesome. So she said,
Very cool.
So she said she can actually play it now. So that's really cool.
Awesome.
She said, "What Paradise Decay? You actually did? WTF?"
Cheers,
so that's
awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. Really cool.
Yep.
So
maybe
we will see her in here.
Such a good community, man. I love it. Give me goosebumps.
There's no community like the VR community. I hope it stays. I hope as VR blows up over the next coming years, I hope the community stays this way.
Honestly, I think it will.
Yeah.
It's more personal.
It is.
It's sitting there on something flat. So I think it might actually.
You have more of a connection, even though there's still idiots in VR that do stupid stuff and get in your face and stuff. There's a lot more of the community, I think, that respect each other. And as we get those realistic avatars, maybe that'll help too. But seriously, a great community. I really appreciate and I see a lot of people new in chat that I haven't seen before. So we seriously appreciate it.
What was it? Overdale said thumbs up, appreciate it, man. And then where was it? Oh, there's the same amount of people watching the stream in here playing Onward.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
funny. So Reckoner also said maybe slightly increase your volume next time. So maybe
we can kick it up a little bit.
Yeah, we can do that.
Absolutely,
so, for sure.
Yep. All right, man. We'll get out of here.
Yep. Oh man, we didn't make a new outro. That's thanks.
Yeah, we did. Maybe we'll work on that next.
Okay. Hopefully I don't have all the things popping up when I click on it. I didn't check that. But all right, seriously, thank you so much, everybody. Hopefully we will see you soon.
See you guys back here. See you in VR.
Later, everybody.
Later, everyone.
Thanks again.
When we fishing again? Dude, we had no. They said it wasn't bad. Somebody just said it.